I am Lucy Jaine, Lucy Rose Jaine. I come from Wanaka, New Zealand. People probably know me either in person, personally, or from Instagram, where I do, I sort of broadcast our hunting adventures as a family. We do a lot of pig hunting, hunt for a deer and all that kind of thing. We like to eat sustainable, local meat that's fresh and organic, and yeah, I guess that's me in a nutshell. I'm a mother, I have a wonderful partner. Yeah, and I'm here in Wellington at the Freedom Protest. Basically, the reason I came down is because I was seeing one representation of what was happening on the media, and then I was hearing from people on the ground completely different stories. So I really felt like it was, I needed to come and see it for myself. And I felt like for a long time I have sort of been off my Instagram, not really taking time to be on there because I knew how I felt about the mandates and I knew I didn't agree with them. But I was actually I was just afraid basically of what the kickback would be. I felt like I would lose sponsors possibly, and I didn't really want to have to deal with that. But then I thought, what's more important than this? Like this is the most important thing. It's about my children's futures. So I spoke up about it, and I've had like 3 messages of hate and then thousands of messages of people just saying, I really appreciate you speaking up. Like I feel like you do, but I work for this company and they, you know, I lose my job basically if I say anything against it. So I've gotten vaccinated and here I am. So it was a weight off my chest when I spoke up, and it's like the best decision I've ever made. My dream outcome would be for some sort of resolution to come to, for the people in power to show some empathy for their people and some communication between parties, and just this underlying feeling of there's something sinister going on. To move away from that and to look for a brighter future and maybe a different sort of system on things, how things are working, listen to the people as a collective rather than just a couple of people being in charge and directly telling people this is what you've got to do. Yeah. I am vaccinated, and I'd like everybody to know that it's not just unvaccinated people here. You know, it's people from all walks of life here for one purpose, and that is to support each other and stand up for the right to choose, basically. Like I got vaccinated, and my partner got vaccinated, and we went down that path, and we were feeling a bit uneasy about the whole thing. But then there started to be talk of vaccinating children, and I've got 3 beautiful children that I love so much, and I would fight to the death for, obviously, as any mother would, or father, and they were sort of talking to us about them having to wear masks at school, and I just started to feel sick about that, and the idea that someone could possibly come into the school and vaccinate my child without my knowledge. Like, I'm not saying that that's what they're doing, I'm just saying I don't want to be in that world. So now is the time for me to stand up and say that no thank you, government, my children don't want the vaccination. I've always not been into the mandate, but it hasn't really affected me too much because I'm vaccinated. But being here with my closest friend Georgia, and she has chosen not to be vaccinated, and I'm spending this time here with her, and we're going around in the city, and to just witness the way that she's been discriminated against is unreal. It's so unreal. It's like we're going back in time, and it's like race wars or something. You know, it's really hard. My heart goes out to her for what she had to put up with, and what heaps of these other people have to put up with. And I think people on the outside who are vaccinated have made that choice, or it's all good for them, and they just don't understand what it's like for these people unless you talk to them in person and you experience what they're going through with them. You don't understand. So I think people are just quick to judge. My feelings on the people that I have met at Parliament building in Wellington, that they are all different. There's not just one group of people here for this cause. It's from every part of New Zealand. There's flavours from every little part, and they've all come together, and they've got one thing in common, and it's just love, kindness and acceptance. And I said the other day, the difference is people aren't in a race to fill their own cup. They're not running around trying to look out for themselves. Everybody is trying to help the next person before them. And in doing so, everybody's cup is full. Yeah. The best part has been just seeing all these people that have lost their jobs and lost connections with family members and friends for their choices, have just been having a really, really rough time, come together without having these restrictions and rules and segregation, and all just come together and be one, and we all share the same feeling of acceptance and love and kindness, and it's a feeling you get, like it's a vibe, and it takes your whole body over, and you don't want to leave. Like I went into Wellington town, and everyone's like running around, like doing their own mission, like not looking you in the eye. There's no smiles, obviously, because you have the mask. And I was like, oh, yuck, I just want to get out of here. And then I come back here, and I was just like, oh, everyone's like, hi, and it's unreal. And I wish all of New Zealand, like all of the world could be like that, and it would just make life so cool.